Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I go by One Cheek Compadre and you're watching Cheap Stocks TV, where on my channel we're talking about savings, investing, and even politics. So, how's everyone doing? I know it's been a long time since I last been on YouTube, TikTok, and other platforms because I've just been so busy. And also due to jet lag, once I came back here to America from Europe, had to regroup and get my bearings. And now I'm ready to share information to the masses so we won't end up in situations that can make things much worse for us. So there's many topics I want to talk about, from my stay in London and France to student loans and all of the scamming that has been taking place here and abroad. But first things first, let's get to student loans, because I really have something to share with you that I don't know if anyone else has gone through this, but I feel that it's a need to share my experience for those who could have paid off their student loans 2 to 3 years ago, to those who pretty much are waiting on the government to take care of them. And I'm just going to share with you my experience and what you should do if you actually have an opportunity to pay your student loans off. So let's get started. All right, guys. So let me start off with my example. So basically, I received this in the mail a couple weeks ago. It's a check for $15 that I received from the government, I guess, paying off my student loans. This is laughable because 5 to 6 years ago, I paid my student loans off, and I'm just now receiving something in the mail, which is $15. And what I have to say about that is a little bit too late. From M&T Bank. I guess this is the authorization of a payment for student loans. I guess a couple of weeks ago they were talking about how people were receiving payments are paying off their student loans for them, since they were in the process of paying over a certain amount of years, and that those who accumulated a certain amount of years, they were pretty much taken off of the student loan roster. Now, let's talk about this process of student loans. Now, each year you have to fill out an application. It's the same application year after year, and you put in the same responses year after year. So I'm receiving this because of their records showing that in one instance that I was denied forgiveness. Now, before that one denial, I was always my application was approved. Now, all of a sudden, during the Trump era, my student loans were denied that year. Now, I've been filling out this application year after year the same way, nothing changed, but yet they didn't honor it. So that last time they did that, that's when I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pay that student loan off, because I can't keep going through this each year when I get denied after all the other times I've been filling out the application the same way over and over. So all of a sudden now it's being denied. So after 5 to 6 years, I received this $15 check. Every year a new application is the same way over and over again. So I don't understand why my application had to be denied that time. That's okay. I decided to pay it off. And all of a sudden now I'm getting a check. What happened to all of those years I was paying on my student loans? Especially the last couple of years, you could have received that information and could have sent all of the money that I decided to use to pay it off within that time back to me. But I guess I had to be an example for what you're trying to do in this administration by helping those who've been paying for years, are being denied for years of paying off their student loans on time, mind you, for years of payments. I think we need to do a rehaul of the loan system. And I just think that if a person is in a career that is helping and giving back, I think they shouldn't have to wait 120 some odd payments, because by that time it could be a new administration and they may not accept what you put in policy for those who are paying on their student loans. So I think there should be a shorter amount of time to pay back the student loans. If you're in teaching, nursing, a firefighter, police officer, a doctor, something of that, you should receive full student loan forgiveness. But that being said, what you should do, instead of waiting for the government to pay off your student loans. Now, during COVID, if you had money saved up from those stimulus checks and you had the money to pay off your student loans, you should have done it, because you had an opportunity during that time to pay it off. Now, during that time, you were receiving money, a stimulus, and you had student loans. You should have been paying on it, because you received no interest during that time. I think it was 3.5 years of no interest rates. That should be one of the things that they need to add on to the student loan forgiveness, is take off students' interest. Because now I think it's about between 4 and 7% interest. That should have been the first thing that they need to take off the student loans. Once you start seeing people paying on it, that should be the given. Now, if you didn't have enough money due to your circumstances during COVID, and you didn't have enough money to pay on your student loans, then that's fine. You had no way of paying on it or paying it off. So hopefully now they come up with a way to help those in need. But if you actually had the money to pay it off, you should have done it. If you had the money and enough to pay on it each month without interest, you should have done it. You missed out on opportunities. And now, if you had the money and you did something else with that money, which you shouldn't have done, and you lost that money, you're going to pay now, because interest rates have just started back and the government wants their money. So what you need to do is get serious and get real, because the government is not going to step in and help you. So if you have money coming in, you need to use that money to start paying off your student loans. And that's now. Don't wait for the government. Don't wait on anyone else to help you. Only one's going to help you is yourself. So what do you guys think? Do you think it is time to start paying off those student loans, or continue to wait for the government to extend their hand to you while you suffer? I don't think so. Put a comment down below, become a subscriber, share this with family and friends, and till next time, have a great day.